Communication as a service provider comes at a different level, and you have to do it even better than those who are into product, because to a large extent you look at it, every product seems to have a profile of its own, what it does and why it is needed. So to a large extent, before any customer decides to buy any product, they have an idea of why they want to buy it and what problem they want to use it to solve. But when it comes to service, a lot of things are vague, and as much as your clients are calling you that this is the problem they want to solve, a lot of times they know very little about what you do and how you do it. And this is where it becomes really important that you have a very good communication skill. And another reason it's very essential is because you are basically the profile. You are the profile of the business. What you exude, what they perceive you to be, what they think of you, the judgment they put on you in the first few minutes of meeting you. All of that speaks into if your collaboration, partnership, customer and service provider relationship is going to be successful or not. So it becomes really important that you know what to say, when to say it, how to say it. And of all the things that you cannot afford to miss is how to actually be articulate, being on point regarding what you do. Basically, every time you really want to go out, knowing fully well what you're going to say based on the situation on ground. Because as a service provider, you really cannot have a cramped profile or something you have pre-planned to say, because every service, every solution is unique. Every solution comes with its own peculiarity. Because of that, it becomes crucial that at the foundational level, you know everything you're supposed to know about that business and your own delivery, which makes you a qualified man to do that job in the first place. And secondly is that you need to know how to be articulate, so that you know what they need to hear at a particular point in time. But even more important than what they need to hear is what they need to know. Because if you are going to work based on integrity, transparency, and quality of service, then you know that a lot of time it's not about what customers need to hear, but what they must know regarding that project. And I'll give you this scenario. There is a bore drilling water work we did for somebody. And at a point, I was telling them, after our initial phase, which is the geophysical survey, for us to know how deep we're going to go and what are the things required for us to have a successful borehole, and then for them to have a sustainable water resource for them. After the geophysical survey, I told them, based on the report, that what we have there, your yield is very, very low. It will not be able to sustain an intensive need or intensive use of water. To be sure they know what I'm talking about, I put it also in a report, stamped and spiral bound, for them to see so that they can have something to refer to. They agreed and they insisted and they made payment, and then we moved to site and we drilled the bore. And we did all we could to improve, but still there was not enough water in the well. And so that brings me back to the point I was making, that is not just about what your customer needs to hear or wants to hear, but what they really need to know. Because that what will determine at the end of the day if your integrity is in place or not, if you're going to have trouble with them or not, if you're going to be safe after everything or not, if you are going to fight or not. So it might be uncomfortable, it might lead you to losing certain customers, but in the long run, it's always better that you let them know what they must know rather than just what they need to hear or that they want to hear. So guys, pay attention to your communication skill. Learn how to communicate, the most important part of any project you are involved in, especially when it involves a lot of money and your integrity, because these are the things that speaks for you. So that will be it on today's episode of As a Service Provider. I'll see you on the next one.